Hey Star Wars fans, welcome to the Toy Trooper episode number 12. My name is Gary, and this is a place to share information related to vintage Star Wars collecting. The topic of this episode is the Lili Ledy Boba Fett with removable rocket. A really cool variant. Now, this is not to be confused with the prototype rocket firing Boba Fett. This rocket does not fire. However, to my knowledge, it's the only known production variant where the rocket can be removed, which is really cool. Now, Lili Ledy had partnered with Kenner USA to make and distribute Star Wars toys in Mexico. Now, you can say, unfortunately or fortunately, Lili Ledy's quality standards weren't always to the level of its US Kenner counterpart, thus creating many different unique variants amongst the Lili Ledy action figure toy line. This removable rocket Fett being one of them. Now, there are Lili Ledy Boba Fett's with the rocket in its fixed position, as well as this variant where the rocket can be removed. Now, it's my understanding that this was not a planned variant. It actually happened during the production process. Now, not to get too technical, but just a few things. When an action figure is being made, it's made from many different molds. There's molds for the head, for the torso, for the arms, legs, weapon, and the rocket. There comes a point in the production process where all those parts are assembled together and sonic welded. Once that process occurs, you would basically have to break an individual piece to remove it. So, the story that I've always been told is that when Lili Ledy, or there was a time when they reached that point in production when they were going to assemble all the pieces together, they had all the parts to assemble the action figure. However, the production of the rockets had fallen behind. So, a decision had to be made. Well, they decided not to shut down production on the Boba Fett figure entirely. They decided just to move forward, assemble the action figure itself, and then when the production of the rockets caught up, they would just take the rocket and drop it into the jetpack on the back of the action figure, thus creating the removable rocket variant. A really, really cool story, at least I feel, as to how this came to be. Now, there are other unique variations of the Lili Ledy Boba Fett as compared to its US Kenner counterpart. We'll take a look at those when we do the up-close look. Alright, well, let's take a look at it. Alright. So there is the Lili Ledy Boba Fett figure with removable rocket. Really cool variant. Now, the plastic that was used to make the Lili Ledy Fetts, it's a darker gray. I've heard it referred to as a bluish gray, but to me it's more of just a deeper gray. But it's definitely darker plastic than its US Kenner counterpart. And I believe that the paint apps are a little darker as well. The rocket itself, hopefully it stays focused. You can see it there. Removed, super cool. And this one comes with the black Lili Ledy blaster. Now that blaster is a Lili Ledy blaster. It is has slight differences than its US Kenner counterpart. So you got to be careful. I'll turn this around. This is actually probably a pretty good time just to let you know that if you are going to look for or try to collect a Lili Ledy Fett with removable rocket, I would definitely try to get one that's graded and that comes with the certificate of authenticity. This one is from CIB. This one was authenticated by Tom Derby. In my opinion, the premier authenticator amongst vintage Star Wars action figures. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people who have forcibly removed the rockets from the jetpack chamber. You can see the hole there. Hopefully it's focused pretty well. And tried to pass them off as removable rocket variants. So just be careful. Do your research. My advice would be to buy one that is already authenticated. Now, another variation from its U.S. counterpart, as well as different ones, is the country of origin stamp. Now, on the back of the right leg, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it inside this case, but this one, the country of origin has been removed. A lot of people call it a scar because you can see where it's kind of been removed. On other Boba Fett's, you would see it would say made in Hong Kong or Taiwan, stuff like that. This one, however, the country of origin has been removed. All right, turn it back around. A little bit of a glare, sorry about that. All right, so there it is. A really, really cool variant. I just really love this one. All right, well, hopefully the information I've shared with you helps you make a more well-informed decision if you decide to collect a Lili Ledy Boba Fett with removable rocket. All right, that does it for this episode of The Toy Trooper. Thanks everybody for watching.